supposedly watertight compartments toward the bow were ruptured. After assessing the damage, Andrews determined that as the ship's